Hi, Aries, Healing Grasshopper here to do a bonus reading for September 2025. So, I decided to do advice cards for the bonus readings because Spirit has not been pulling advice cards for the readings for several months now. Um, so I thought it might be nice to start a reading with advice cards and take it from there. Um, So I pull the advice cards and I just kind of take a moment to absorb the energy. And what I am feeling off the bat here is ascension. This is like stepping into your light worker power, right? Because I have, what can I do to make a difference here? And it says, what keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it? Such that every ounce of you screams, no more. Where can you create purpose out of your pain? Right? So this is looking to purpose. Hold on, there's more. Today's soul action. Make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. So this is talking about moving beyond the difficulties in life to help the collective. What can I do to make a difference in other people's lives? Over here we have name your higher self, which we're about to, this is from the Trust Your Vibes deck from Sonia Choquette. Um, so it's talking about your higher self and making a difference here. We're going to read what uh, the blurb is for name your higher self, but already I'm feeling like this is all higher purpose, where we've all been struggling with difficulty for many years past, in the astrological atmosphere that we're in. It's changing now, and everyone is moving into a more ascended state because difficulties can drag us down, um, in vibration. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's part of learning, right? So we've learned a lot in all of those years, and it's time for us to take the next step in our spiritual journey. So here we are, right? So name your higher self, 35. You can creatively bypass your ego and conscious mind and tap directly into your higher self by giving it a personal name, such as Tom or Betty or Michael or simply HS. Okay. Higher self. Okay. The name you choose isn't important. The higher self, my higher self, is named Sam, Sonia's higher self. We talk regularly and I learn a lot. I know it sounds silly, but it works. Naming your higher self makes conversations with it much more intimate and opens the door to your higher vibration and perspective in a fun way. You can ask for guidance in any situation as though asking a dear and trustworthy friend for advice. You can speak to your higher self out loud. I often do. Or through writing. Once it has a voice, it will freely respond whenever called upon. Ask it by name what it feels is best for you right now, and then listen as it responds. The more specific your questions, the more specific the answers. Don't let your ego block this powerful technique. for assessing higher vibration. Lighten up and give your higher self a chance to speak. You'll enjoy this new perspective. Okay? So it's about having fun with giving to the collective. Because, by the way, my viewers are Lightworkers, every single one of you. If you're a subscriber, you know that already. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Welcome to the Lightworker Club. Were attracted to this for a reason, and you are stepping into your Lightworker mode. What is a Lightworker? It's someone who's been put on this earth to be a beacon of high vibration to the collective, right? A beacon of light. So for others who are drowning in their shadows, to have a beacon of light to follow. And we see that all the time with the people fighting, the Karens, the road rage, the crime, the, insensitivity, the million terrible things that we shake our head at a day. That is what we are trying our best to elevate, to drag out or up from the low vibrations. Okay, so we have Eight of Cups, not reversed. Temperance. So this talks about what I just said in the very beginning. This is you moving on to something better. This guy is walking away from these cups. This is the past. And he's walking off. He's stimulated, too, to walk off by his intuition. Here, see how he's looking at the moon's looking back at him. This is him corresponding, having a dialogue with his intuition, is leading him away from the past to his future, which is going to be an elevated future. Temperance is about alchemizing. You will be transmuting energies. And what does that mean? Well, we talked about being the beacon of light. So we are going to be doing what is not an easy task. I mentioned road rage or a Karen. This is not matching a Karen with their low vibration, right? Staying calm and letting them have their tantrum and throw the insults. But we stay calm, even keeled, and try our best to elevate the situation. And that doesn't mean that you should spin your wheels in getting the Karen to see things your way. It's just keeping calm in the eye of the storm, which that in itself can be a beacon. And it doesn't mean that you have to wait around for the results either. Karens are going to be Karens. Are you going to see a Karen turn on a dime like that and suddenly be docile and high vibrational? No, but what you do in a situation or not do can be a catalyst for change in their life. It may affect them in a way that turns them in the right direction, right? What else we got? Three of Cups, very nice. See, not reversed. Exactly what I was talking about. This is Three of Cups talks about a celebration with more than two people. Doesn't necessarily need to be three. This is like the collective, a group, the party, a toast. So, what this is pointing to is alchemizing in the midst of the collective here, bringing alchemy to the collective. The transmutation. Seven of Swords is about being creative in doing that, right? This is in every situation, being the level headed one, being the creative one, right? The clever one. So again, I always use a Karen in readings like this. So being smarter than the Karen, because there's not all that much intellect going there in that kind of a Karen mood, right? This is acting upon impulses, letting one's emotions run away with them. There's not much thinking going on with a Karen. This is using our intellects and our higher vision to solve the problem, or at least keep it from escalating. Yeah. Nine of Wands is like, it's not going to be an easy task, but it is a worthy task, right? Because this guy is on the way to the castle here. There is a payoff eventually, but there are times that it may feel overwhelming or kind of like, I don't want this job, you know, but this is a job that you agreed to before you were born. So it's about making the best of it. And yeah, there'll be times where it's going to be overwhelming and it might suck or whatever, because like the Karens, dealing with the Karen, not fun. But there are always, there are good times and payoffs off in the distance. The universe didn't put us on this earth to suffer constantly. There are gains and celebrations baked into life. It's not all pits, there are cherries as well. Let's see about that in a moment. Page of Wands. Right. Oops. Neither of these reversed. So Ten of Wands, it may be overwhelming and a nuisance at times, but Page of Wands is saying you'll always work it out. It'll always work out if you let spirit take the lead, because Page of Wands has received this wand from the universe. And he knows now what to do, or he's assessing what he's going to do with this wand. That was given to him from the universe, right? And this also says that not to forget that each of these wands that he's holding here have value and purpose. Um, the Eight of Swords is about also at times feeling overwhelmed and trapped. These two cards are very much the same, only that the Wand card here is about being overwhelmed with actual tasks, and this is being overwhelmed by choices and thoughts. But each of them carry the same answer. Just follow the lead of your higher self, right? That's why we're engaging, naming our higher self. I mean, if you feel that that helps, I haven't named my higher self. That's the same as, the mediums will say that their spirit guide has a name. Um, yeah, go ahead and do that if you feel that helps. But um, higher self is definitely gonna help these feelings here. Seven of Cups is about plenty of options that you're going to have ahead of you. This is spirit saying, don't be overwhelmed by this role that you're stepping into, that it's not just you answering a signal all the time. This is going to come in many shapes and forms, and it can be challenging but exciting at the same time. And it's going to take some practice in discerning your choices moving forward. Give me 3 minutes. Devil. This is talking about you walking walking away from some of the habits that you've engaged in the past. Like, we'll use the road rage example or the Karen too. Um, Someone pisses you off, road rage. Someone cuts you off or does something on the road, you are in the habit of flipping them off, right? That would be stooping to their vibration, right? But we're stepping into our light worker role. We can't be doing that as light workers. That's not what we're here for, to match low vibration with low vibration. We're here to elevate things. So you see, so there are practices that we're going to need to change in stepping in this new role. That's all this is saying. Four of Wands. Again, this is talking about the actions moving forward and like your assignments, your tasks that you're presented with moving forward. It's not always going to be like difficult and walking uphill. There will be plenty of rewarding moments. So you should look forward to this new role because it's going to empower you and give you a new sense of purpose. That's our outcome card. Oh, so nice. That's beautiful. So Aries, what you have here is, I just got a chill and deja vu. I feel like I've talked to you about this before. This is a very familiar type of reading. Um, ooh, chills. Um, so you have, there's a lot of talk here about things will be rewarding, you'll feel empowered. And here's part of the payoff here that you're walking off to better, more elevated, like a promotion, let's say, in your spirituality, which is going to bring you to higher vibrational relationships and atmosphere. That doesn't mean that you're not going to come across Karens, because you absolutely will, because that's what you're here for. You're here to help other people ascend. But this is meeting soul tribe, other light workers, um, relating to others in a way that you didn't before, right? Clarification? Yes. For all of them. Yes. Okay. We got full clarification. Right? Okay. So the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups are very, very similar energies. Both of them are moving away from the past. Um, but there's more of an emphasis on difficulty and pain. The Eight of Cups is more ambiguous in what he's moving away from, because there are upright cups. This isn't necessarily pain, it's just something that no longer serves him. So he knows that he needs to move on. But this is definitely difficulty that this person is moving away from. So this is talking about look forward to moving towards better days and a better experience that you were before. So, let's see what else we got. Aries, you should be excited. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys in the comment section. You know what I really want to know about you guys? What how many of you knew that you were a light worker before you started this reading, or considered yourself a light worker? And so if you are a light worker, you're a light worker, just put that in the comment section. But if that's like news to you, like, really? Are you sure I'm a light worker? Let me know that too. Like, it's news to me. And whether you identify with it, right? Because you may not yet. This is here, yeah? Okay. The Seven of Wands is about you, and it's in a diagonal here with the Eight of Swords. This is like feeling overwhelmed and not knowing what direction to go into. and or what to do in general, like, oh, I'm a damsel. I'm helpless. I don't know what to do. This is facing difficulty with confidence. Seven of Wands. The Eight of Wands is momentum. There's also somewhat of an air of like ease too. Things will come, or in this reading it is, things will come easily to you um soon enough. Where, and it's very much having a dialogue with the devil here, where I talked about the habits that you need to shed. Um, and habits can be hard to break, but as you go along, they'll fall away easier and easier. You know, the devil will wilt on his own, kind of, with each situation that you're in, and as your environment changes, these old habits are not going to be of any use to you. You know, flipping people off is not going to be your go-to action anymore. You're going to outgrow them, right? That's what I'm trying to say. The moon here, which is also attached to the devil, is uncertainty in your tasks, which is natural. It's these three cards here is like fish out of water type feeling. And that uncertainty when you're in a new situation. But that's not going to last. That's going to be eclipsed with, success and empowerment and positive energy. You won't be in this doubtful feeling for too long. I need one more spirit. Wait, what just turned over here? This is ours? Ours? Yes. Reversed? No. Knight of Pentacles is about being patient. Okay. So, what this is saying is that you're going to start feeling this month, where this could be as small as just having a tingly moment, a deja vu when you're dealing with a Karen, that kind of thing. Going through something difficult successfully and patting yourself on the back and looking back at it like, oh, I did that very well, didn't I? Um, that kind of thing. Um, but are you going to be a fully empowered light worker all in this month? No. So that's what this is saying here. That this is, you know, becoming an empowered light worker is a journey and it takes time. Knight of Pentacles is all about the journey because he is not in a hurry at all. He's going somewhere, but he's not rushing. Okay? So it's a fabulous reading. I love this reading for you, Aries. Um, so I'm looking forward to hearing from you in the comment section. Don't forget to tell me how you feel about being a light worker. I love hearing from you guys. I answer every single comment with glee. It's like Christmas morning for me. It makes me feel like I'm not speaking to myself. I love speaking to my light worker family. Okay? So looking forward to seeing you there. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and beyond. It can be very discouraging being a YouTube content creator. So, um, liking and subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss future episodes are a very quick gesture, costs you nothing, and really means the world to me and helps the channel grow. So I thank you in advance. If you are really inclined to helping this channel, what you can also do is go into the playlist that I've made. There is an Aries playlist and many others that you can choose from. Put it on autoplay and have it on as background music as you go about your daily tasks or while you're winding down at night in bed, because watch hours are everything to help a channel grow. Okay? I'm assuming that this is your sun sign that you're watching. What you may not know is that your moon, rising, and north node signs are just as important to listen to and to follow. And I'm very sure that you're going to find that you have a more complete view of things once you start to watch those as well. If you don't know what those are, you can find out very easily and for free online. Just Google, calculate my blank sign, find out what those are, come back to the Healing Grasshopper channel and watch the corresponding videos. Shout out to all of my viewers, my English speakers, my US, UK, Canada, and Australia viewers. I see you in my analytics, and I am so grateful for your support. Thank you so much. My non-English speakers, I have a bunch of countries. They come and go, but mostly I see Spanish, Portuguese, Filipino, Tagalog, and well, I don't know if it's Tagalog, many other languages in the Philippines, I suppose, and Indian. I had an Indian viewer ask me to dub my videos in Hindi, which is a great idea and part of my goals, but is very, very expensive. So, what I'm asking is that you please stick with the subtitles for now, stick with the channel, help it grow, and we will get to the dubbing together once I can afford it. Okay? So, I will speak to all of you soon. Love, light, and many blessings.